Hello everyone, Cycle here and welcome to Factorio Railway School. As the title suggests, the purpose of this playthrough is going to be rails. I've got the inspiration from Bentham. I essentially want to combine the Railworld and Towns series, sort of, and go from there. I want to emphasize high throughput. So now we have started in a foresty area. I am using RSO, Resource Owner Overhaul, and long reach mods, and I have actually set the settings so that resource spots are very sparse but are large and rich in resources, and actually have scouted this map ahead with some cheats, so I roughly know that the scarcity of resources is okay, because that can be a problem with RSO if you set crazy settings. So now I've started in a foresty area. I'm clearing the area around the coal deposit. Yeah, and I actually am going to before I start making rails, my plan is that I'm going to have some power suits with logistic bots, personal logistic bots, so it will be way easier to clear these forests. But I'm not going to go fully research power suit because it just takes too long. Yeah, I'm just clearing this forest for the future. Takes a ton of time, and this is what I don't want to do when making the rail network. So I have actually experimented with the rail network I want to do ahead of time. I'm going to use a similar setup to what Bentham had in his Railworld series, but I'm going to make use of chain signals and such, and there is going to be long distances between each sort of town, and each town is going to be responsible for producing a couple things, and then they will uh, transport those items via trains to other towns to use that. So now I am just getting set up for power production, but I need a ton of iron for that to bring the coal via a conveyor belt to the steam setup, so it's going to take a while. I am bringing power, finishing the conveyor belt line. I soon be making the electric mining drills to power the boilers. Also, I have a radar set up to scout ahead a bit. But like I said, the resources are really sparse, so there is not going to be much before. Not going to be many resources revealed with those initial radars. So at some point I will have to go and scout ahead, quite far actually, but that's quite a bit away. In this first episode I believe we will get to automating red and maybe green science. I'm setting up my first science lab. Actually, I'm going to research logistics first, and then automation. At the beginning there is going to be a lot of standing around and waiting things to be crafted. At least in the meantime, I have quite a few resources built up, which I will need. Now I am setting up the coal line for the smelters that I'm going to use to smelt iron and copper. It's going to be a relatively big setup for a start. Logistics are done, so I can make splitters and underground belts. This is what I've been waiting for mostly. And also I'm waiting for metal as well. I'm just fiddling with the furnace setup for the iron smelting. I've got the spacing correct. And I'm just setting a belt balancer. And soon I am going to expand coal mining as well to accommodate for the needs of both the power production and the smelting. Yeah, I believe I will mine the whole deposit. So, or maybe just this column. Yeah, only this column, and later I will be I will mine the whole deposit. Now I am just slowly letting the iron miners run out of coal, because I soon have it set up anyway, the iron smelting and electric mining. Now I'll be setting up the iron mining. And this is where all the iron smelting begins. And I just looked at the power, and I'm running low on power, so I will put in another column, or a couple of columns of boilers. Now the power is fine for now. Yeah, I'm just upgrading the iron production, because I'm going to have quite a big column of iron smelters here. And that's why I want to get a power suit with logistic bots as soon as possible, because it's quite tedious to set up these things. And with the power suit I can just have a blueprint and put down those. Also, I forgot to mention I have disabled biters on this word because frankly I don't like having biters. They just uh, distracts me from building the factories, and I don't think they add much to the game, at least for me. So no biters, big map, large distances between resources and towns, hopefully. Because when I first did this, um, I did it in vanilla with vanilla Factorio, and there were just resources everywhere, and I basically had to ignore 90% of the resources to have any meaningful distance between towns. So that's why I'm using RSO. Also, I'm just starting to set up the copper production. Waiting around for beds to be crafted. Quite a long process. So, but at least by the end of the episode, I will have automated production of quite a few things. I have circuits, gears, I don't know what else that I can just resupply from. So crafting will be much better. It's just these first times are really tedious. Now I can finish setting up the copper miners. And so now I have both iron and copper production, and this is where I'm going to have my temporary production base. I start making quite a few assemblers and also science labs, because first I'm going to have the red science setup, which is pretty easy, and then I work on the green science, which will result in me having, I believe, circuit, gears, beds, and inserter backup production I can draw from, which is pretty handy. I won't have to worry about making those. Now here I'll leave some space for extra copper production to be put in. And this is just going to be a traditional main bus base. So this base won't focus really on throughput, much more on be functional and get me to where I can use this to start making rails and other towns. I start working out the science center, and I realize I need actually 2 beds because I will need blue science as well to get the level I want with the power suit and the logistic bot. Yeah, and that's the red science automated. And take a look at how we. Oh, yeah, this is the end of the episode. So thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. share with others, comment and subscribe, and I see you next time.